Hi, my name is Cameron White, and today I have a speech about parental child abduction. In today's world, people need to become more aware of the dangers of parental child abductions. Around a quarter of child abductions occur from the child's own parents. And parental abduction of a child occurs when a member of the child's family or someone acting on behalf of the family member takes action to deprive a parent of his or her lawful rights to have custody or access to a child. So, parental child abduction has been a growing concern in the United States and in many Western nations. When a child is abducted by their parents, they oftentimes endure physical and emotional abuse. Patricia Hoff, who is the legal director for the Parental Abduction Training and Dissemination Project, said that because of the harmful effects on children, parental kidnapping has been characterized as a form of child abuse. So, children that are abducted by their parents often suffer through emotional and physical abuse, and many of them are told that their other parent is dead or doesn't love them anymore. And if the child is aware of their circumstances, the parent that abducts them often gives them a new name and instructs them not to reveal their old name or where they used to live. So when a parent steals their own child, they're using their child as an object or a weapon in the struggle between the other parent. And because of this, the child oftentimes doesn't have trust in the world anymore. So throughout the past few years, divorce rates have gone up, and along with divorce rates, the parental child abduction rates have gone up too. So the abductor parent may flee to another state or another country in hopes of not having child protective services involved or in hopes of not having the law involved. So they will go to a different jurisdiction from where they lived before to hopefully escape the law. And these types of kidnappings are usually planned thoroughly, and sometimes they will even involve another family member. So a study entitled Prevention of Parent and Family Abduction Through Early Identification of Risk Factors was conducted by Dr. Janet Johnston and Dr. Linda Girder, and these researchers detailed 6 risk parent profiles for abduction. So risk factors include have threatened to abduct or have previously abducted, are suspicious and distrustful due to belief abuse has occurred, are paranoid or delusional, are sociopathic, have strong ties to another country, and feel disenfranchised from the legal system. So the parent's agenda in abducting their child is to provoke, agitate, control, attack, psychologically torture the other parent, and oftentimes the child's needs are secondary to the parent's agenda in these situations. So it's commonly known that children will struggle when their parents get divorced, and when the parent decides to abduct the child, it creates an even bigger burden on the child. So the needs of the parent in the situation often become more important than the developmental needs of the child, and this causes the child's own emotional and social progress to cripple. A child who has gone through their parents' divorce and now has been abducted by one of their parents burdens compound abduction trauma. Children who have gone through this and have been abducted by their own parent are likely to show signs of psychological and social handicaps, and effects of parental child abduction include depression, loss of community, loss of stability, security and trust, excessive fearfulness, even of ordinary occurrences, loneliness, anger, helplessness, disruption in identity formation, and fear of abandonment. Children that are abducted by their parents experience many different types of abuse aside from physical, sexual, and emotional. Some experience neglect in terms of care, feeding, and psychological nurturing, and specific training is given to these children in order to hide their true identity and stay hidden from the law. The abducted parent often lies to the child about the other parent, and the child may think that the parent that they have lost doesn't love them anymore, and abducted children are moved around constantly and denied contact from loved ones. After recovering from being abducted, the child experiences grief over the situation, and they may have concerns about his or her safety and scared of being re-abducted. And if the child's name was changed when they were abducted, it often leads them to have some questions about their real identity. Abducted children also experience specific types of problems, including depression, anxiety, bedwetting, thumb sucking, psychological regression, withdrawal, PTSD like symptoms, and extreme fright. Victims of parental child abduction who are taken away from their hometown and given a new identity continue to want to be with that lost parent. The loss of being taken from the other parent is something that cannot be undone. You can never relive childhood, and these children basically have theirs taken away from them. These children will never be able to look back at the intimacy, love from the family, contact with extended family, and so many more things that they missed out on while being abducted. While an abducted child may feel guilt or shame over the situation, it is solely the parent's fault, and no child will be able to protect themselves against this horrible abuse. So it's very important that we become more aware of these types of situations and try to help these children that were once abducted by their own parents.